The difficulty is non-existent. It is fucking non-existent currently. 24 hours in, I have not made it to the endgame mode.
A lot of people have been saying it's brain dead, and they don't provide any kind of context to how it's brain dead. Like the problem isn't the combat system on the user's behalf, it's the lack of a dance partner, a proper dance partner. Now, when I get to the end game, if it's still that same experience, I will light this game up. Nobody will give it more proper scrutiny than this guy right here. But right now, it's just not that time. I'm 15 hours, you know?
What's the honest opinion on the combat? Let me get to level 20 and I'll have my full impressions of the game. When we get to 20, I just...
So yeah, content creators have been lying to you. They already know what the end game is. It's very obvious. We know how this type of game works, we know what we can usually expect, and we already have the majority of the menus unlocked. If not all the menus unlocked already. I don't blame them for making money off of these new launches, games, even if they don't like them. If they drag it out, they can farm it, make more money. It is what it is. First, let's take a look at the combat. Because it's a little bit disappointing. And let's just start out with the more simpler stuff, like the hard mode. I did 2 separate runs that I'll show on screen with my underleveled character. And it's quite disappointing. Recommended is 38, but what does that even mean? 38. Most of us level our characters from 30 to 10 immediately. So 38, what? How much gear do you need? Stuff like that. It's kind of a pointless rating, but yeah. So one of these runs I did where it's me sitting here actively trying to play efficiently, dodging, switching, using the right characters for what they are good at, even though I don't know too much because I have not needed to look into it whatsoever. But on one screen, that's what I'm doing. On the other one, I'm just spamming E, spacebar, and left click. And I'm just sitting there tapping them. So that's spamming my skill, switching characters, and attacking. And just spamming these 3 buttons kills everything without you getting hit, pretty much. There is a few exceptions on some of the bosses that they have a lot more attacks that cannot be parried, so you can only dodge those attacks. But for the majority of the content so far, this can be done. And it's a little bit sad, because it's actually very efficient. So you could almost just do a macro that just presses all these buttons every time you're in combat, and then just sit and wait for it to finish. And that will not take you very long to do. Not only that, you don't really lose any health.
Eliminating target.
I lost a little bit of health doing it on my level 20 character, but that's level 20 character without anything. And the recommended level is 38. So hard mode is not difficult at all. It's actually rather easy. And you can see the time. Of course it takes a little bit longer. And it does not finish at 3 stars when doing this. But it just goes to show how easy it actually is. If you put in a little bit of effort, that's all. And my characters are not upgraded at all, by the way. Like, I just got to level 30. Didn't upgrade anything other than just put my DPS to level 40. All the skills are still not maxed out. The equipment is not upgraded a lot. Most of it is just some random stuff. The fire set on the fire character, right? It's a level, or it's a blue one, not even a purple weapon. And it's only level 20. I haven't even bothered upgrading it. Cause for the story and this kind of content, if I upgraded it, everything would die too quickly. And the rest of my characters are even less upgraded. It's kind of a shame. Because there's just not really anything to do. If you upgrade it, the game becomes way too easy right now. And yeah, my last character doesn't even have any relics, artifacts, echoes, whatever equipped. And is severely underleveled and doesn't have anything in their skills at all. So what is the harder content in the game? What is the end game? Because they actually already showed that. We have a weeklies, of course, where you farm the materials. Then we have different kinds of level up material, stuff like that. The relic system here. And then we have a spiral abyss type of thing. You know, Tower of Adversity, whatever. And the first one, probably fairly easy to do. And then once you get to the next higher tier, it's gonna be harder. And the enemies are probably gonna be really spongy. And you just need to have a lot of damage upgrade. So there isn't that much to the end game. Just use a stun character, use your support, and then have your DPS. And they even copied enemies from Genshin. Just copy pasted them, gave them a new look. And yeah, there are probably some bosses further down the line that will be a little bit harder. But are you telling me that a Spiral Abyss endgame game mode, that is like the last thing? That's the only time where I get to, you know, use the combat system? That there's no incentive to use a correct team, build your characters proper, before you get to the last pieces of content? Not to mention all the daily logins you will have to do in order to level up to the point where you can actually do those. Otherwise you would have to E6 every character. So either you're a giga whale, so you can do the content now, or you'd have to pay for weeks if not months to do that. So yeah, Spiral Abyss, that's it? No. They have a TV roguelike too, where you need 2 teams from what it looks like later. And honestly, just TVs with combat? So you can do the Spiral Abyss, or you can do the TV simulator.
The cunning hairs are here.
And that's all we have. Why do people say we need to wait and find out? We were presented with these game modes already. We already knew this. The combat is not that complex either. You're pretty much forced to switch a character every time you stun a character. And you want to use a stun character to stun the characters. So you always do the same combo chain, because that's how the game is designed. You don't have options. In Withering Waves, because it's not an instanced game, and it's an open world, I get to play without a healer if I want. So even if I just get hit once, you know, that happens over a little bit of time and I'll be forced to go back to heal up. Here, if I play without a stun character, and I'm on a timer to kill a boss, then I won't get the damage multiplier. So the bosses will just spend a long time sitting AFK, just waiting for you to deal your tons of damage. Then you get to dodge a few times, then stun them again, and that's it. There's nothing else to do than this. So what do we have for the zones? The difference instanced. There's the video play store where you do your missions. There's different sections. There's your dailies. So there's one zone left I haven't unlocked, and I highly doubt that one is filled with endgame content. If it is, I'll come back, make another video, and say that I was wrong. And you can like the art style of the game, really enjoy it, the music's good, but if you don't like the TVs, then the game could have the best graphics in the world, best music, best characters. As a combat game, this was a very big letdown. Especially after playing Wuthering Waves. And the question remains, why don't you just quit the game? It's because I'm fucking addicted to gacha games, and it fucking sucks ass. I'd hoped for something that would really light a fire under me, but nope. Got boring ass generic shit from 4 years ago with a new color scheme, and that's it. Remember that this is one of the biggest gaming companies in the world, and this is what you're satisfied with? This has been from a small indie company. I gotta let it slide, have a little bit of fun until the new game from the so-called AAA gacha would come out. But yeah, I have too much fucking free time. I love these type of games. It fucking sucks ass. Yeah, go down in the comments and let me know how fucking wrong I am. See ya.